Welcome back into Great Day, Washington. You might recognize actor James Cromwell from the movie Babe or the hit show Succession. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill might recognize him as an honorary director of PETA. The actor and activist was in town recently, and Ellen got to chat with him. So they hit it off so well that he had her call him Jamie, what he said only his friends call him.
Well, Jamie, welcome to Washington, D.C. Do you get here often?
As little as possible.
Really?
Yes, because mostly I'm doing things trying to convince people to do things that they don't want, or confront something that they don't want to hear.
That's why you are here today, right?
Yeah, so you're I have a big mouth.
Well, you do a lot of activism. This is a
do.
Huge part of your life, and you're with the National Institute of Mental Health's Advisory Council meeting today.
That's correct.
What's that all about?
That is to convince this agency, the council, that the experiments that they do on animals are not only inefficient and ineffective, but they're cruel and inhumane. These experiments are done for a variety of reasons. In this particular instance, it's about mental illness. And the protocol is to try to recreate mental illness in animals so that you can try various modalities on them, which you can't do on human beings until you finish your animal testing to show that the drug is in fact effective and benign. And it not only kills millions of animals needlessly, but it's a waste of taxpayers' money, which does not go into human research on in a human platform that would wind up with a vaccine or a cure, or at least some better understanding about the processes that go on in the human mind when it's unbalanced.
You are an honorary director of PETA, right? So this is a massive,
that's right.
Yep, that's what my notes say.
You must be right then.
So this is a massive issue and passion project for you, right?
Right. I've done it before with primates, and we actually did make it in, got primates out, and also with pigs. They were testing the medics that show up, about how to triage by shooting pigs and just shooting right there in front of them, and then ministering to the wound, which you can do on an artificial pig just as well. It's a partly sloth. It's partly the sort of distance and the unappreciation for other lives, not only of other human beings, but of other creatures, as we abrogate to ourselves the right to manipulate them and terminate them if necessary, all for supposedly our good. But if there's no good.
When did this start for you, that you had this passion, you wanted to protect animals? I read that it was in one of my childhood favorite films, right after you did Babe. Did you become vegan right after that, or have you always?
No, I was a vegetarian first. I was a vegetarian because I came across the country on my motorcycle, and it was going through Texas with the feedlots, where there are literally tens of thousands of cattle on either side of the road, as far as you can see, in these pens. And in the background, you can see the slaughterhouse, the smoke coming out of the slaughterhouse. And they know, they can smell death. So the cries and the stench and the terror and the horror that was facing them, and I was right in it because I was on my motorcycle.
True.
I said, I can't do this anymore. And vegan was nothing, it was fine. I just said I was a vegan because I've allowed myself, had an old pair of shoes, I don't throw the shoe away. It's not about being perfect. It's about being conscious. And there's a lot of consciousness, and it's a very, very huge space to be in. But you can fill it by one act at a time and forgiving yourself.
That's good advice. I've been vegetarian for 13 years, but vegan is, I feel like, a whole harder step. So to hear you say that it's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
That's good.
Wonderful. If you go to any of these restaurants, and there are a lot in Boston.
It's changing a lot.
It's amazing.
Yes, it's becoming
much easier. The food is
easier.
extraordinary. And you feel good about yourself doing it because you're actually making a contribution to the planet and to their lives.
I did want to ask, are you working on anything else? Any other projects that you're in? We know Succession.
Well, I have a film coming out, and I have a television series coming out. One is called, Sugar is done. Murders in a Small Town, which is a Canadian series, and then a film that I did in New Orleans.
It's funny you're in Sugar. I just interviewed Colin Farrell about Sugar.
Isn't he sweet?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Sweet fellow. Wow.
Yes. And what an interesting series that is.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Waiting for maybe season 2, the pickup
Supposedly.
for season 2. I know
have
it's
no
out
idea. I
there.
don't
Okay.
know.
All right. I'm putting
Don't
out the good
jinx it.
vibes for. Okay. Jinx it. Well, enjoy your time here in Washington, D.C.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for stopping by to see us.
My pleasure.
We'll see what happens there. But if you are inspired by Jamie's work and you want to learn more, you can head to PETA.org.